Hey designers! In this video, we're going to create this swinging text animation in After Effects. So without any delay, let's jump right in. I'll start by creating a new composition with the dimensions 1920 by 1080, and then press OK. Let's add our text. Grab the text tool and type your first word or phrase. Adjust the font and its size as needed. Then, align it horizontally in the composition. To center the anchor point, hold down Ctrl and double-click the Pan Behind Anchor Point tool. Next, we'll add our second text on a new layer. Click with the text tool and type your next word. Adjust the anchor point and position of this second text layer. And for the third text, do the same. Write your text, adjust its position, and set the anchor point to the center. Select the first text layer and apply a color of your choice. I'll be using a specific color code, so if you want the exact same shade, feel free to copy it. Do the same for the second text layer. Add the color, and I'll provide the color code here as well. Press OK to apply it. Finally, for the third text layer, choose a different color. And again, I'll share the code so you can copy and paste it directly. Okay, after everything is done, select all the text layers and choose the option called Distribute Vertically. To space them out evenly from top to bottom, let's make all of these layers 3D by enabling the 3D layer option for each. Next, right-click in the timeline area and create a new null object, and make it 3D as well. We'll set up the parenting. We want the tutorial text to follow the design text, so click and drag the pick whip from the tutorial layer and drop it on the design layer. Then, do the same by parenting the design text to the ACE text layer. Let's make a few adjustments to the null. First, center its anchor point by holding down the Control key and double-clicking the Pan Behind Anchor Point tool. After that, use the Selection tool to place the null object at the top center of the composition. Once that's done, finally parent the ACE text to the null. Select all of these layers and press R on your keyboard to reveal the rotation properties. I'll make a bit more space here so all the rotation values are clearly visible. First, we'll link the X rotation of the tutorial text to the X rotation of null 1, then repeat the same process for the design and ACE text layers. Parent each of their X rotations to the X rotation of null 1. After that, do the same for the Y rotation. Parent the Y rotation of the tutorial text to the Y rotation of null 1, then link the Y rotation of the design text and the ACE text to the Y rotation of null 1. We won't be making any changes to the Z rotation, so let's leave that untouched. Once done, close the rotation properties of all the text layers. Click on the stopwatch icon next to the X rotation property to create your first keyframe. Once it's active, try changing the X rotation value. You'll notice the text starts to swing. At the first keyframe, set the X rotation value to 15. Then, move the playhead 10 frames forward by pressing Ctrl-Shift right arrow and change the X rotation value to -15. Move another 10 frames forward and change the value to 10. Then again, 10 frames ahead, set it to -10. Keep repeating this process. Go 10 frames forward and set the value to 5. Then again, 10 frames later to 5, then 2, then -2, and finally, after 10 more frames, set the X rotation back to 0. This will give your text a smooth swinging animation that gradually settles. Now, move the playhead all the way back to the first frame. From here, move forward by 5 frames. To do that, press Ctrl plus right arrow 5 times that we're at frame 5. Click on the stopwatch next to Y rotation and change the Y rotation value to 6. Move 10 more frames and change it to -6. Then again 10 frames forward and change the value to 4. Continue the pattern. After 10 more frames, set it to -4, then 3, then -3, then 2, then -2, and finally, after one last 10-frame jump, set the Y rotation back to 0. This creates a nice secondary swinging motion. Select all the keyframes you just created for both X and Y rotation, then press F9 on your keyboard to apply Easy Ease. While holding down the Alt key, click and drag the last keyframe on the timeline toward the right side. This will stretch the animation and slow it down a bit. Preview the animation again, and you'll see how beautifully the text is swinging now. If you feel like the motion is too slow, simply select all the keyframes again. Hold Alt and drag the last keyframe slightly to the left side to speed things up a little. Change the renderer from Classic 3D to Cinema 4D. Next, change the view layout from one view to 2 views. In the left view, switch it to Custom View 1 so you can see your layers in a 3D space and zoom in for better visibility. Go to the properties of your first text layer, expand it, and find the Geometry Options section. Increase the extrusion depth value to 45 to give your text some 3D thickness. Then go to Animate, click on it, choose Side, Color, RGB, and with the Color Picker tool, set the side color to a shade of red, same as your main color. Press OK and collapse the layer to keep things tidy. Repeat the process by opening the properties of your second text layer, Design, and continue styling, and set the extrusion depth to 45. Then go to Animate, select Side, Color, RGB, and choose the color for the side of your text. I'm going to pick a shade similar to the main color for consistency. Once you're done, press OK and close the properties of this text layer. Open the properties of the ACE text layer. Again, under Geometry Options, change the extrusion depth to 45. Go to Animate, choose Side, Color, RGB, and this time select the same orange shade used earlier. Press OK once it's set. Let's switch the view back from 2 views to 1 view and preview the animation. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please make sure to like, leave a comment, and subscribe to Ace Designs for more tutorials like this.